Hello, I'm Dr. Debbie. I'd like to share a little bit with you today about why I have such a positive outlook on marriage. It's really simple. I think God created marriage, and I think He had great ideas for it in the beginning. Of course, if you read the first three chapters of Genesis, you know things went south pretty quickly for Adam and Eve. But a whole bunch of redemption took place between the Garden of Eden and where we are today. In chapter 5 of Ephesians, Paul talks about the fact that we're to submit to one another out of our reverence for Christ. Paul goes on to say that wives are to submit to their husbands and be willing to live for them. On the other hand, men are to be willing to die for their wives, as Christ died for the church. So men actually have a much tougher role to play than women do. But we flip that all around so much in our thinking that we think it's just about the submission of the wife. But actually, the husband is to submit to the point of death. Now, how's that for a cheerful thought? So, let me just explain using a more modern metaphor why I think this actually works so well and what it looks like in everyday life. If you've followed me for a while and or you've been on my website, you know I love to dance. And my favorite dance is the waltz. What I've discovered is that a great marriage looks a lot like a Viennese waltz. A lot of things are happening in this dance, as you can see in this clip. First, each couple has only one leader. He is responsible for choreographing the dance, for making sure that his partner, his follow as she is known in swing dance, is having a good time. It's his responsibility to choreograph the dance. He has to know the steps as well as direct the steps that she takes. He also has to protect her to make sure she doesn't get hurt, that she doesn't run into anything or anyone. Now, the couple is moving counterclockwise around the dance floor, but they're also turning clockwise as a couple. These men, they're doing it amazingly well. What you may not realize by just watching is that the man can only see 180 degrees at a time. Likewise, you may not notice that his partner is giving him constant feedback by smiling, being pleasant, non-verbally letting him know he's doing a great job. She's having fun and feeling safe in his arms. Her signals are natural encouragement for him. In fact, the happier she is, the more he will strive to do an even better job. Go figure. But what does she do when something's going wrong? Well, there's a really cool little signal that every woman who waltzes knows if she's a good partner. Through her left hand on his right shoulder, she applies a little gentle pressure in whatever direction he needs to lead her because someone just stepped into their path. Remember, he can only see 180 degrees at a time as they are turning. He's anticipating where the other couples will be as he advances counterclockwise around that dance floor. Sometimes another couple moves in a way that he didn't anticipate, and it's really up to his partner to signal him of that danger ahead. How that works and why it looks so beautiful and why you never see what's really going on in these dance videos is because it's a signal just between the two of them. It's a very personal thing. She doesn't yank his shoulder. She doesn't yell at him. She doesn't try to take over the lead. She makes him look good. And he loves to do whatever he can do to show off his beautiful partner. That's what marriage should look like too. The husband leads and pays attention to his wife's signals, which are so subtle that no one else notices what she's doing. It's such an intimate and beautiful relationship that highlights each partner's strengths as well as the beauty of living and loving as one. It's a dream God put in the heart of every man and woman. And that's why I'm so optimistic about marriage.